You as a light worker, you guide the way, you show the way. You show, here's where we go, this is where it ends, this is how to get there. What are the 5 stages of a light worker journey? Welcome to my YouTube channel. My name is Sylvia Salo and I help lightworkers and starseeds to remember who they are. And in this video, I would like to give you an overview of the 5 stages that lightworkers go through. The first stage is to understand duality, understand forgetfulness, and understand the programming that everyone else is going through. So this is something that started in your childhood. This is one of the reasons why lightworkers have experienced, I would say, more challenging childhood on emotional level, on mental level, on the physical level. It could have been on any of those levels or all of them at once. The point was to really help you understand exactly what everyone else is going through, to understand how separation feels like, how all kinds of those low states of consciousness feel like, and to have that first-hand experience in this world of duality. Because if a lightworker was born in a perfect programming, I mean that the family would support the lightworker in everything, they wouldn't have that fire in them to go and help other people later on, because they wouldn't connect to what people are going through. But because you have been experiencing those difficulties early on in your life, you are able to understand other people and know exactly what they are feeling, because you've been there as well. The second stage is spiritual awakening. So this is the moment when your soul knocks on your door and says, you are ready. It's time to wake up from that programming. It's time to wake up from that collective dream. This is not who you are. And where you are in your life is also not the place you are meant to be. You happen to be there based on the past programming, which is not a part of who you are. It's part of the 3D templating and programming, and it's time to change the direction of your life, internally and externally. And so you go through those 7 stages of spiritual awakening. And if you want, you can watch a video about 7 stages of spiritual awakening, where I go into more details. And then the next stage is that you start healing yourself. You start healing yourself from all this templating, all this programming. And healing yourself happens on many levels. It happens on the mental level. You learn to understand your mind. You learn to understand your beliefs and your programming and start releasing it. You also start to distinguish between your soul and the ego, and you understand where all of those thoughts in your mind are coming from. You are also healing on the emotional level. You are awakening your heart chakra, and then you are also working with the physical body. The physical level is related to the spiritual awakening and to healing yourself. And then you are working with your soul and with your multidimensionality. So there is that healing. Healing yourself basically means that you release all of those old templates that are no longer serving you and that are not even true. They are mostly built on illusions. And so you release it and you reconnect to the truth deep within yourself. You connect to who you truly are, and you start restructuring your life from that space. The 4th stage, which is actually happening simultaneously with healing yourself, is to release your family karmic patterns. Every light worker is also healing, helping heal and release the karmic patterns in that family line, going back generations. So you might not even know, the names of your ancestors. You might not know anything about them. And still, there are certain energetic templates being passed down from generation to generation. And you, as a light worker being born into that family line, which was meant to be heavy and dark, because otherwise there would be no job for you. You were meant to be born there, to retemplate and release those karmic patterns. And you do it by healing those same things in yourself, because originally you were templated with this karmic family energy, and then you change it, transmute it in yourself. And by doing so, you are basically saying that that karmic energy stops with you. You don't pass it down on your children. And if you have already done it, if you have children who are adults or are a bit older and you didn't raise them in the way you wanted, you can still talk with them about it. You can include them into that healing process. You can still change it. And by doing so, you make sure that those templates, those unserving, unhelpful templates, are not going to be passed down to the future generations. So you, as a light worker, you put a big, stop sign and you say all these things ends with me. And the thing is, as you are healing yourself, you will be actually able to help your family a lot more than focusing on healing your family members. That usually this approach doesn't work. But when you turn the attention to yourself, you work on healing yourself, then people in your family will have the opportunity to choose to heal themselves as well. You will create a new energetic template for your family, and it will be much easier and more accessible for them to choose to connect to that energetic template. And that's how your relationship with family will heal as well, because maybe not all of the members of your family will choose it, but there will be someone who will follow your lead, and there another one and another one. This is how the change starts from you. You as a light worker, you guide the way, you show the way. You show, here's where we go, this is where it ends, this is how to get there, this is how to transmute those patterns. You gave me those heavy things that you didn't know how to deal with, that were passing through those generations. You gave it to me, and I figured the way out. I healed them. I transmuted the energy. This is how it's done, and you can do the same. Once something is done, then suddenly all people start doing the same thing. There always needs to be someone who goes first and do that impossible thing. And that's you as a light worker. So this is so essential part of light workers' journey, is to help those karmic family patterns, help them release and truly liberate that energy. This is so, so important. Because if this was done in every single family line, voila, we have collective healing in a grand scale. So this is very essential, and as I have said, it's happening simultaneously with your personal healing. You are trying to figure out how those patterns are working, operating, and how to release them. And it's the same patterns you've been templated in the past through your ancestors. And you stop that energy with you. And then the next stage of the Lightworker's journey is to be in the service to other people. I do believe that we should first really work on healing ourselves before we start to be in the service to other people. But of course, we are asked to be in the service to other people since we were little. Likely you've been attracting your friends, your family, whoever, strangers in the street, with whom you had deep conversations. You were bringing them healing energy. But also you might have noticed that not all those people actually experience positive transitions in their life. And it's because you were still dealing with the same patterns in yourself. And you can become a powerful healer only when you heal those things in yourself first. And so when you really choose to be in the service to others on a bigger scale, then I think it's important to be in that embodied leadership and to really teach on, coach on, heal on the things you have, find some kind of closure in yourself. And that closure is not like absolute, because there are always new levels and layers. But let's say if, I don't know, you're struggling financially, maybe don't go and teach on finances. If you struggle in relationships, don't coach other people on how to create beautiful relationships, because you have still active those old patterns in yourself. And when that energy is active, it would leak through your teachings to other people, and it wouldn't be so effective healing for them. And so if you are in this stage of your journey when you are focusing on being in the service to other people, you can really specify the topics you are really good at, the topics you have understood. And I don't mean, again, from that absolute level understanding, but it's more about that internal feeling in yourself. You feel like if something still pushes your buttons or not. You feel if some energy is off or it's aligned. So listen to that inner guidance. And to be in the service to other people, it doesn't have to happen, on some huge, massive scale. It doesn't have to. We can be in service to others everywhere, wherever we are. But the thing is, when you are in the service to other people, it's a huge accelerator for your soul's growth. And this is one of the reasons why many souls choose to do it. And they step more and more into their leadership and leading by being the example. And this is what's required in those times. You being the resource for other people, you showing the way to other people. This is what you can do. This is how you can improve your life. This is how you can heal. This is the way. Are you willing to join me? This is what you do as a light worker. So there are those 5 stages. And when you help to release that family karmic patterns, then your healing, your service to others becomes more magnetic, because your energy has been released from that family karma. And you are not going through the same problems you've been going through since you were a child. That's how you know that it's released. And so it's also good to keep in mind that you are healing a lot more than you have thought, because I know that generally many people know we are releasing karmic patterns from our family line. But I thought it's good to, mention it here in this video as well. Because this is maybe one of the reasons why it might feel challenging for you. There's a huge emotional charge in that kind of work. And it takes some time, of course, to break through it. But you have to understand, as a light worker, this templating and those patterns are not yours. You were just given that energy and you're trying to figure out the way how to transmute it, how to change it, how to heal it, how to bring it to that light, or even better, to that neutral energy. Neutrality is always the best. And so I hope this video has helped you. At least it's a quick reminder of what a light worker is going through. And also know that you are not alone on this journey. There are millions of light workers doing the same things right now. So if you like this video, please like, share and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video.